Welcome to my couponing stockpile. So I have been couponing for years, lots of years. 17 years? Long time. I'm not gonna tell you how old I am because I'm not gonna tell you when I started, but I've been couponing for a really long time. And this is the kind of stockpile that I like to keep with all of the items that are gonna last my family a decent amount of times. So I thought I would take you on a tour of my stockpile and kind of show you how I keep it organized, what it looks like, why I have certain items, and kind of the ins and outs of how you keep a stockpile up to date and what you can use it for. Now, the first piece of information that I want to start with is you do not have to have a stockpile that looks like this. Again, this took me years to build up. This is years of couponing, years of clearance searching, lots of time dedicated to this stockpile. So this is definitely not something that everybody's going to have right from the get-go, but this is something that my family uses and functions off of literally every day, multiple times a day, and I don't know what we would do if we didn't have the stockpile. So if you're someone that's maybe single, or maybe it's just two of you, you don't have a family, you have a small apartment, whatever, your stockpile can look totally different, but I am gonna show you the benefits of having even a small stockpile, what you can do with it, how to upkeep it, stuff like that. So this is kind of what my stockpile looks like. I've got lots of like laundry detergent items, we've got like personal care stuff down here. I'm gonna take you on a tour because it literally like spans here and then there. So it's like in my basement, and I've got lots of room and lots of shelves that I'm able to like store stuff and keep stuff stacked on. But yeah, this is kind of what it looks like on any given day. So the first thing we're going to talk about is something called FIFO. And what this stands for is first in, first out. Essentially what this means is every item that comes into my stockpile goes at the very back, and that way the newest item is getting used last and the oldest item is getting used first. So let's kind of start over here with like my laundry detergent. I have it separated by like Tide, Gain, and Persil because Persil is the best laundry detergent. If you haven't heard it, it's definitely the best laundry detergent, trust me. So I brought you a little closer to the Persil so we can talk about it. So FIFO, first in, first out. What this means in principle for my stockpile. So if we're looking at just the Persil, we have 3 different rows. Now, if you were coming into my stockpile, I would tell you grab the item from the left first, the front left. And there's a reason for that. So when I go to the store and I buy a new bottle of Persil, I'm coming to this shelf right here, and the new bottle is gonna go all the way to the far right and all the way in the back. And the reason for that is it keeps my items cycling through. So what this means, this bottle right here in the front was the oldest bottle of Persil that I got a very long time ago. I'm not totally sure because we use it so much, but this is the oldest bottle right here. So if I come down here and I'm grabbing a new bottle of Persil to use in our laundry room, I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna move all of these up and snake it through so that I'm getting all of the items moved forward and I'm using them in order. What this does is it allows me to keep cycling my items so they don't have a chance to go bad. Because not a lot of people know laundry detergent actually has the potential to go bad if you leave it long enough. So we want to be constantly cycling these through so they don't have the chance to go bad. Is it going to go bad within a year, 2 years, 3 years? No, laundry detergent has a really long shelf life. But when you're someone that keeps a stockpile on hand and you're constantly cycling them through and giving them out to people, it's just a great way to make sure that you're not accidentally leaving something on the shelf too long and then you go to use it and it's bad. And the whole point of this is to save money. And if you're leaving something on the shelf and it's going bad, you're wasting money. So it's FIFO, it's constantly cycling things through. So when I buy a new bottle, there's no expiration date on it. I kind of know in order of when I bought things, when I should be using them to make sure that everything stays fresh. Now, if we're coming down here at something like toothpaste, toothpaste actually has, if you look at it, so if you look at the boxes, if you go down to the end, there's a little expiration date on the edges of the boxes. So you're actually able to organize all of these toothpastes in order from when they're going to go bad the quickest. So if you look at like my stockpile right here, the things that are gonna go bad the quickest are the things that have the closest expiration date are on top, and the newest expiration dates, the things that are gonna be lasting a long time, are at the bottom. So if I come down here, I grab this tube of toothpaste, I know this is the next one that I need to use, and then I take it upstairs. So it's constantly, again, cycling things through based on expiration date. We kind of do the same FIFO principle up top, down with like things like deodorant and body wash, because those don't have expiration dates. But anything that does have an expiration date gets organized by its expiration date no matter when I bought it. Now I get so much crap for this every time I say it. I also FIFO my trash bags. Now, do trash bags go bad? Probably not. They probably do not go bad. But I don't want to chance it because I love trash bags. Trash bags are so hard to coupon. So again, constantly cycling through, constantly putting things that are old in the front, new in the back, and using them in order. That way they just never have a chance to go bad. Maybe one day they're gonna come out with a trash bag that actually takes itself out, and I'm gonna be so glad that I went through all my old trash bags before that came out. I don't know. I just organize them this way. It keeps them organized. It's just a good habit to get into, because if you're doing it with even the things, the small things like this, that don't have the chance to go bad, you are constantly cycling through and making sure that the things that you are gonna know go bad, don't go bad. Now, I am gonna wheel you around. So like this is the laundry detergent, and then we go over here. This is my lovely pegboard. So I ended up getting this thing back here at Lowe's. I think my husband got it at. It's just like a pegboard that we put on some 2x4s, and then we mounted to the wall. And then we got these little hook things, again, at Lowe's and Home Depot. They're just pegboard hooks, and then we're able to kind of move things around and put them wherever we want. Again, same thing. All of the toothbrushes that are up here are all organized by the time that I got them. So again, the newest toothbrushes are in the back. Is it a pain in the butt to take these off and put the toothbrushes back on every single time? Yes. Let me tell you, it is a huge pain in the butt. But again, keeps it cycling through, keeps it organized, keeps them new. We're all just kind of cycling through things as we need them. Same thing with like scents, car fresheners, room fresheners, all of these things that we get for free all the time. All of these things, again, are cycled through. This is just a really great way to kind of see everything all at once, keep things organized. I used to keep these in boxes, and I found that this way is a lot easier. This way is easier because you can kind of see everything. I can kind of go through. My husband actually has a preference on razors, so like he really doesn't like the Schick razors. He really likes the Gillette. I don't care. I'm gonna use these because pink tax ain't gonna get me. But he really likes these, so he's able to kind of see, okay, this one's the next one up. I can grab that one. It's really easy and really helpful. You do not have to have a pegboard like this if you want to have a stockpile. I've seen actually a lot of people get those like drawer organizers where you can kind of just like sit it under a desk or in a closet. And a lot of people just take and stack these in the drawer organizer. And it works just as well. But this is something that I do. I got the space and it works out great for my family. All right, we're gonna go for another ride. We are moving around. I'm sorry if you get motion sickness. I'm really trying to go slow. Okay, this is the other half of the stockpile. So we have the laundry detergent over here. Up against that wall is the pegboard. And then back this way, we have like more laundry detergent and paper products. Paper products are gonna be here and here and over there. And then you'll also notice I have some toys. This is also my toy area where we have like birthday gifts that we give out to friends and family. Sometimes Christmas gifts, donation items. We kind of stash all that over here too. Maybe so you can see more of it. I'm sorry if you get motion sickness. I'm really trying. Okay, so again, it's just like a little YMCA. It's just over here. Got a little area to go where I've got like all of the toys, paper products. We've got some Swiffer products and stuff back here. I try to keep a lot of the like household cleaning supplies up off the ground just because my niece comes over a lot and they play in the basement. There's actually the kids' play area over there. My kids are old enough to know not to get into the stockpile cleaning supplies, but she's 2, so she really doesn't know to come over here. So I try to keep all that stuff like up off the ground. If that's something that you think about for your house, it's also a great thing to think about, like keeping the cleaning supplies up higher and maybe like the paper products and stuff that really doesn't matter too much down low. My favorite Walgreens deal. The kids get into these all the time. But we have the complete home bags that are always buy one, get 2 free. Those are over here. All of this gets FIFO'd. All of it is, oldest product is gonna be at the front left. Newest is at the back right. Always, always, always come down to the stockpile, grab the thing that you need from the front left, and you'll be good to go. I moved you off screen so you don't have to feel motion sickness anymore. So that's the tour of the stockpile. That's what my stockpile looks like. Sometimes it's bigger, sometimes it's smaller. If we have deals that aren't recycling through quick enough, my laundry detergent will kind of whittle down to a little bit. Once a year, we also donate to our local foster care center and homeless shelters. And so a lot of this stuff gets wiped out and then I rebuild it over the course of the year. So it looks a little bit different throughout the year. If you don't mind, I'm gonna sip some pop and we're gonna talk about why I need all of this, what I do with it. So I kind of mentioned little bits and pieces as to what I do with it. My family uses it. I have close friends that are really close by that they use it. My family, whenever they come to visit, they take from the stockpile. So it kind of sources a lot of my family's needs. We also donate frequently to like foster care centers and shelters in the area, and they constantly are so appreciative of all of the things that we donate, because I don't know if a lot of people know this, but since inflation, since the pandemic, a lot of these shelters and centers that are reliant on donations from the community have really suffered because people understandably aren't able to keep their own families afloat. So they're not able to like donate and give freely to help other families stay afloat. And that's what this does for me. It allows me to give to my community and go, my family's good, my family's solid, we're taken care of. Let me give you some stuff. Let me help you and not feel like I'm putting my family out in the process. And that is such a good feeling. I can't even begin to tell you. What kind of stuff do I keep on hand? How much do I keep on hand? What's like my end goal to keep stuff on hand for my family? So if you're doing this, if you're starting out and you really want to stockpile, again, this isn't for everybody, but if you really want to stockpile, what's kind of the goal to work towards? Rule of thumb, in my opinion, is about 6 to 9 months worth of stuff for your family to keep on stock. And here's why. I am someone my family suffered job loss. We've been without jobs for several months, and trying to keep your family afloat on unemployment or whatever you have saved is hard enough without having to worry about personal care items and household essentials. So having 6 to 9 months worth of stuff for your family in a stockpile is kind of equivalent to like what they say about having like a nest egg or a savings account, where 6 to 9 months worth of money to keep your family afloat. It's kind of what I equate it to with a stockpile. Same kind of thing. It's just a built-in safety net for your family, a built-up backup plan. Again, when the pandemic happened and people didn't have, paper products, hand sanitizer, laundry detergent, any kind of cleaning supplies was so hard to find. My family wasn't one of the families in the store trying to run around and grab the last 2 toilet papers on the shelf. We were at home taken care of, and then we didn't have to contribute to the scarcity that was going on during that time. It was a great backup plan. My husband and I both lost our jobs during the pandemic. So having this safety net where we could kind of live off of the little bit of savings that we had no freaking money, let me tell you, no money. But we were able to live off the little bit of savings, the little bit of unemployment that we were able to get because we got laid off during the pandemic. And then we used our stockpile. And so we were able to keep our 2 young kids afloat when we weren't able to find jobs. We couldn't go back out and find jobs. It was this that was keeping us afloat. So it's just a great idea. If you're someone that likes the idea, if you have the space, if you're capable of keeping a 6-month supply, that's my recommendation. It's just a 6-month supply of items that your family can use just in your stockpile. So now that you've seen the stockpile and how I organize the stockpile, I think the last thing I want to talk about are just stock up prices. So prices that you should look to pay for things that you want to add to your stockpile. Not like you need it and you're going to go buy it and it's a good deal, but things that you're looking for. Wow, this is a really low price and I'm going to get it and pay this super low price and add it to my stockpile, even if I have 2 or 3 others, because I know that my family is going to use it and this is an unpassable deal. So my general rule of thumb for any item, if you didn't have a stockpile, if you're not someone that's gonna do this, my general rule of thumb is always 50% off. If you can get an item 50% off that your family needs and uses frequently, that is 100% a win. So 50% off is the goal. The other things that we're gonna look at are kind of like when I say stock up price, when I say this is a run deal, this is the cheapest price you should be looking to pay and what you should be going out and looking for. Wow, that's a really freaking good deal. So the first thing we're gonna start with is oral care. So generally I say toothpaste is always free. Now, there are some people that have sensitivities or you have to use Sensodyne, stuff like that. So it just depends on your toothpaste, but I would say stuff like this, Crest 3D White, Colgate, you should aim to pay no more than 50 cents and a stock up deal is free. If this is free, go to the store and get it. Toothpaste doesn't expire for 3 or 4 years. And you brush your teeth every night, or at least you really should. So definitely free is the stock up price for toothpaste. Anything on toothbrushes, floss, what else is there? Mouthwash, stuff like that, I would say 50 cents to 99 cents is right around where you should look for a stock up price on. I think that's a really great deal to get these for 50 cents. But again, it depends on the kind of toothpaste. So if you're getting, or toothbrush, if you're getting this toothbrush, like a Crest, Vivid, Oral-B, stuff like that, I would definitely say 50 cents, 99 cents is great. But if you're getting something like this, which is the Colgate charcoal toothbrush, which is always free at Dollar General, I wouldn't pay more than $0 for this. So it just kind of depends on what item you're looking at. As a general rule of thumb, I would say free 50 cents is kind of what we're hoping for with stock up prices. I'll kind of go down the line here and kind of give you just a general idea of these things. So laundry detergent, there's big size, small size. If you're looking at the big size of laundry detergent, I think a stock up price on laundry detergent for the big bottles is right around $6. I think that's a great deal for a large bottle of laundry detergent. The small bottles, again, just depends on what kind. I think somewhere around $2.50 is a great deal to stock up for the small bottles of detergent. We oftentimes get those on sale and have high value coupons and rebates on top of that. So I think $2.50, $6, right around there is a great deal to stock up for laundry detergent. Moving on down, if you're looking at dish soap is always so stinking cheap. So I would say, again, it depends on the size, somewhere around 50 cents to 99 cents for the bottles of dish soap. If you're looking at things like Dawn Power Wash or the Gain Power Blast. I think those somewhere around like $250 for like the starter kits. The ones that have a little spray nozzle, $2 to $250 is great for. And then like the refills, I would say $1.50, $2. It's a great deal to look for these things. Generally speaking, any kind of, I mean, we really can't see. Maybe let me see if I can move you down. Let's move you down a little bit. All right, looking down here without looking at the floor. Hello. So if we're looking down here, if you're looking at like shampoo, conditioner, 50 cents a bottle. 50 cents a bottle is really the stock up price. If you get more like expensive shampoo and conditioner, you can kind of fluctuate that to like $1, $1.50. But shampoo and conditioner, we have deals on all the time. So 50 cents to $1.50 depending upon the kind, but you really should aim to get it super cheap. Things like Garnier are always going to be like 50 cents a bottle, whole blends, 50 cents a bottle, stuff like that. Looking at body wash. Body wash is again somewhere around $1, $1.50 a bottle, just depending upon what kind. If you have like sensitivities or you have to use like Dove, you could go up to like $2.50 or $3 a bottle, just depending upon your preferences. But something like an Irish Spring or a Dove Men, those usually are around $1, $1.50. Pretty frequently. So I would say that's a decent stock up price for body wash. We went over mouthwash. There's lotion, but lotion's kind of like, lotion's kind of hard to talk about because again, so many varieties, so many different bottles. We can get it for free sometimes, or we can get it for half off sometimes. So it really just depends on the kind. Candles, Bath and Body Works candles. We are always getting those for like $7, $8 a candle. If you do candle day sales and then you do coupons on top of that, that is a really great deal for those. Moving on over this way. So we have women's deodorant. Women's deodorant is again something that just fluctuates so much because you have like the Secret Clinical Strength, or if you have like something like Dove, or maybe you're getting something like Tom's of Maine, just really depends. I think a general rule of thumb, $1.50 per stick of deodorant. Women's and men's deodorant is a great place to start. Just again, preference, what kind you like. I think $1.50 to $2 is a really good place to start for stock up prices for those. Diapers. Diapers is a really freaking hard one because diaper prices, I think diaper prices are the things that are fluctuating the most, because I remember when I was buying diapers for my kids, I could walk into Target and get that big giant box of diapers for like $17.99, and now that sucker's like $30. So it's a fluctuating product and the prices are constantly changing. So it's really hard to say for sure. I would say if you can walk in somewhere and get this pack of diapers for about $5 or $6, that would be a win for me because they're 2 for $20 pretty frequently at other stores. And I think if you buy this at Target or Walmart, they're about $10 for a pack of them. So I would say $5 or $6, 50 to 40% off diapers is a really great deal to stock up on them. Moving on over to the second half of the stockpile. So trash bags. Trash bags are really hard to freaking coupon. I think anything under what you can get them for Sam's Club. So Sam's Club's about 8 cents per trash bag. So that's what I kind of base my couponing of trash bags off of. If I can get them cheaper than 8 cents per trash bag, that's a stock up price for me. Because I know that I can walk into Sam's Club any day of the week and get them for 8 cents. So if I'm not getting them cheaper than that, it's not worth it. Dish tabs, another thing that just depends. I think dish tabs right around 11 or 12 cents per dish tab is a great deal. Same reason as the trash bags. If you can walk into Sam's Club and get them for 11 or 12 cents per dish tab, I'm going to be couponing them for cheaper than that to make it worth it. Tissue boxes just kind of depend. I really like to keep those at about 75 cents per box. That's kind of my stock up price, but again, it just depends. I think 75 cents per box though, if you can find that, go grab them, run, get them, because tissues go so fast at my house. Paper products, again, 50 to 60% off. I think is a great deal for paper products, especially if it's like name brand paper products or like something like, you know, the Bounty paper towels, which I know my husband's like a big fan of the Bounty. That's like his favorite kind. So 50 to 60% off is kind of what I would aim for. I think that's a great price to stock up on them. Any kind of Swiffer product like this really should be like 70 to 80% off. We get high value coupons for these things all the time. So 70 to 80% off these kind of cleaning products, like all the time. I would never pay for Febreze. Febreze is always super free and super inexpensive, especially when you pair it with that 5 off $25 general store coupon. So again, something I just really wouldn't pay for. All of these things should be relatively inexpensive. Sandwich bags should be no more than 93 cents because that's what we can get them for at Walgreens. This is a 20 count of freezer bags that I got for 93 cents, which is the cheapest that you can get it pretty much anywhere. I will not tell you how embarrassing it just was that I ran into this, but moving on to the last half of the stockpile is just kind of like the stuff on the pegboard. So razors should be like $2 a razor. It really should be really inexpensive. We get high value coupons for those all the time. The razor refills, aim for about 75% off. You really can get them 75% off at places like CVS all the time. Again, things you never pay for would be this half of the pegboard. These things are always super cheap and super inexpensive all the time. I wouldn't probably never of my own volition buy these if they weren't free. So again, these are items that you get for cheap or free all the time. Dollar General, Target, curbside pickup, all that time. So that's the Stockpile tour. That is the Stockpile. This is my Stockpile in 2025. This is kind of how it always looks though. Just kind of depends, again, if we're cycling things through, if we have donation items, if we have family that comes out and they need some stuff. It just kind of looks a little bit different depending upon what we've used recently or given out recently. But this is, in my opinion, the best way to safeguard against things like inflation, job loss, financial uncertainty. This is my family's way of having a savings account that isn't like monetary, but it is a huge financial blessing for our family. So if you have any questions or you want to know more about the Stockpile, or there's something that I didn't go over that you want more clarification on, let me know below. Make sure you like and subscribe just to keep getting the notifications that I have new videos out, because again, we are still going over things like Target, Dollar General, Walgreens, Walmart, all of the in-store couponing that's gonna happen. But I did kind of want to give you a foundation if you're gonna start your couponing journey, what you should kind of look for when you're creating your Stockpile and keeping it organized in your house.